Tetasheri. Hey, you will make it TV supporters, listeners, and viewers across the globe. Happy Sunday morning to you all. We're back with another live Insightfulness topic with your favorite audio host, Arthur Tetasheri. Whitney, if you're new to our channel, welcome. Please feel free, because you are more than welcome to and invited to hit that subscribe bell so that you become a subscriber and a supporter today. What else was I finna say? Oh, the like and share button as well. These are all three free ways that you can kind of show You Will Make It TV some love. I haven't really shared any merch lately, but I'm going to be re-promoting the merch. Get back to frequently doing that on my community post board area of the You Will Make It TV channel. We have the live videos, the regular videos as far as the content, and also inspirational quotes in the form of shorts that you guys can always like as well to show your support, and always leave a friendly comment. You're welcome and invited to do that. So I'm pretty much back with part 2 this morning. Oh yeah, let me do that part. I just want to send positive vibes. I'm starting to learn how important that is too. Just like, what is that called? Taking control of your morning. It has nothing to do with being a narcissist. I just feel like I'm starting to look at that more. Command your day. Actually, there's nothing wrong with that. Wake up. Hey, I command my day to be blessed. I command my day to only lead me in the direction and paths of life that are meant for me. I think maybe that's more important than we think about, because you can set an intention, for your day. Make a plan, have a journal of plans of things you have to do too. But, uh, if goals were just that easy to obtain and reach, right, everybody would have made a goal by now. A lot of people have, but I'm just, if it was that easy, right, like, we would definitely see a lot more different from what we see today. Like, people have a lot of dreams and goals, but anyways, commanding our day, and maybe even one thing they teach about before we go to sleep is just going to sleep. What they say, the Bible says, do not let the sun set on your wrath. I think it says something like that. Like, when you go to sleep, you're not even supposed to go to sleep mad at nobody. Do people know that? It is a parable and a teaching of certain religions or culture, like inspirational word of advice. Like, it's just a word of wisdom, if you will. You don't go to sleep mad at nobody. As hard as it might be, it could be your spouse or whoever, whatever made you mad that day. Really, there's old parables about that, whether it's the natives who spoke it, the Bible. A lot of people say you shouldn't go to sleep angry. Just, you're supposed to go to sleep. They'll say rest in peace when we pass away, but really you're actually supposed to do that the best you can, while you're alive too. And what is the best way to do that? Try to fall asleep with the clearest conscience possible, no matter what time of day you go to sleep. And then when you wake up, just actually believe in it. Set that intention on you commanding your day. You don't know what's all gonna come with that day. All you know is what you plan and what your goals are. But you don't know when you go down the wreck, if down the street somebody gonna hit you with a car, or you have a car wreck, or you run out of gas. It's just like unexpected things could happen to anybody, So I'm gonna be more on that in my life. Just setting the intention for the day, being serious about it. That's why some people, they're up before the sunset. I mean, not the sunset, the sunrise too. I miss that part of me. Like, I used to enjoy watching the sunrise for whatever reason. I just like opening my eyes when it's rising. It's like, wow, you know what I mean? When it's setting, I'm sure that's a sight to see as well. Especially if you stay like on a beachfront type area or somewhere. But anyways, I don't know how I got off topic with that a little bit. But yeah, that's our inspirational quote or insightful message just going into this topic. That's our goal here at You Will Make It TV. Because nobody can really control like what is going to truly happen to them in the day. That's why some people don't come home. Like, it's not a game. Some people, they left their intention was to go to work or go to the laundromat or go do something totally different than what they actually ran into. I'm back with part two as far as the updated news about just giving my commentary, reaction, opinion a little bit about the new trending topic of EBT bans when it comes to certain food products. It is going to be banned, sugary foods and drinks. It's actually already went into effect in some states. That's what we just talked about in part one. For anybody who missed it, feel free to go back to previously recorded videos right here. You will make it TV in our live section of our videos. If you're not able to access, if the video don't come up for you, you have to go to the community area and click on the video. Just so for those that didn't know, because my channel ain't the only one kind of going through that right now, but it is a way you can still access our content. That's why we go share it on the community board in the community post area where you just make your posts, updates and stuff like that. And to receive those notifications, you do probably want to hit that golden subscribe bell where you'll just get a notification when we go live. But what part was I on? Oh yeah, we were talking in part one just a second ago about how do we think these changes are going to affect, we know it's going to affect people diet a little bit. I was saying I think it's a good thing. Like, people don't need to be able to, I guess, buy the sugary stuff. I mean, we're kind of forced to think about it. You don't need to buy this stuff with EBT anyway, right? But just as soon as I was done with that topic, I thought I would go look it up because I was still interested in more research about it. I said, well, how much do sugar companies make a year? So that's what we're here to talk about on part two real quick. Because if you're just talking about one country, that's one thing. But just imagine how much sugar makes, like, in the whole world right now. Not any one particular sugar product, all of them. You got Splenda, what's the other one called? Cane sugar. I can't even think of names of any of them right now. But it's like millions of sugar companies today. I ain't gonna say millions, let me be realistic. At least in the thousands. It ain't even just no one particular sugar company. We all know how sugar is produced and all of that, but I just think it's interesting that because if you go down one rabbit hole, it's like you have to think about something else and something else. So I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but it is interesting to ask ourselves, like, how much does sugar make? I mean, what did they think I was gonna add? If you want people to consider not getting sugary foods and stuff on the EBT, not just consider it, you're gonna change things. They already start doing it. So how much was sugar making, or is that not our business? How much does sugar make whether we purchase it with EBT or not, or with your regular debit card, bank account, or with cash? You might buy your snacks with Bitcoin, who knows? Either way, sugar is one of those. I found out it is. It's not. What do y'all think? It's in the billions, millions, or trillions. How much sugar companies make? All right, so I looked it up for us. Sugar companies just in, I believe, the U.S. alone is somewhere along the lines of like 100. I think what I read, 103, 106 billion dollars. They probably like, get out of our business. We're a sugar company. I would say they're one of the. I mean, it's just the companies and businesses. They're never gonna struggle because sugar. They actually said there's been an increase, or they expect an increase in demand of sugar actually within the years of now in 2030 alone. What is that? 5 years? I'm like, wow, like, why would there be an increase in sugar, as if we don't have enough sugar in things as it is? What are y'all opinions about that? I mean, am I the only one this morning? But why would you just stop the topic at a political level and say, yeah, well, we pay our taxes and we don't feel like they should have sugary? I'm like, what does sugary even mean? Sugary, just something full of sugar? Or, you got to be more specific. Put a percentage on it. Like, hey, if it have more than 5% sugar, you can no longer get it with EBT. Something like that. You can't buy that food product with EBT. That makes more sense. If it have more than 2 grams of sugar, you cannot purchase that with EBT. If you just say no sugary products, most things, a lot of drinks have sugar in it. A lot of foods have sugar in it. I just looked up the statistics. It's actually very true. The only way you would actually have to put the work in to change your whole diet, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, we're actually probably going to see a big change in people if people are eating, I don't know, just withdrawing a little more from sugar alone. It ain't any other addiction in the world, which people are not quick to admit that either. Like, they say if you're not obese or something, there's no way you could be addicted to sugar. Like, that's the only sign they can show. Like, they can show through different health. They can show through any part of your health is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Not just you being too thin or too big or like, since when did weight equate to how much sugar intake you're having? It's many different things that could contribute to underweight or overweight. I'm just being honest. These are the facts. I can get a list of 100 different things right now that can cause a person to be underweight, and then there's a list of 100 other things that can cause a person to be overweight, and then there's the average weight. But we know weight is not the only thing that equates to a person's overall health status. I hope people didn't think that. You got very healthy, thick bone people that are not in perfect health. And you got some people that are more heavyweight and they're actually in better health than some thin or muscular people you see out there. Just ask the doctors. I bet they know. You're never supposed to do that. Like, make sure you actually have the real results of something, because you can't go off of that. Think because a person go to the gym every day, they're healthier than the person down the street. I'm sorry, you just can't do that. The person down the street might not go to the gym every day, but they work out at home. Not talking about me, I'm just giving an example, right? But let me stay on topic here. General sugar intake, just talking about America alone, like how much sugar do we eat as a nation? Do we intake as a nation? It's a great observation to me. I might be a little late, but it's like waking up to so many different things at the same time. I might be a little late, I admit that. But it does matter. Like, just about everything has sugar in it. Just check the labels in your kitchen later. Now, it's just kind of being biased though to just be like, well, those specifically with EBT shouldn't be intaking anything sugary. That's not even realistic, because who did we think who do we think helped the sugar companies make 100.6 $100.3 billion a year? Just EBT recipients alone? No. Actually, this banning them is finna show that, like, who really buys them all. Watch. Now that people can't, it's being banned in certain states, they can't get sugary food and drinks. Watch how statistics end up proving that they were not even the mass majority of people buying them, bro. That's like saying, like, what's gonna happen to Coca-Cola companies, Nestle companies, Hershey companies, and stuff. It's gonna show us a lot if we think people are finna stop. They just finna change their whole diet. I guess they would if they're forced to. But when I thought about it, you even have snack machines in places like the hospital. And it don't be granola bars and healthy snacks. Some of them they might have Pop Tarts or a bag of popcorn. I'm just saying, you don't see vending machines with bananas. Uh, uh, you have to go get that from produce sections or farmers market. But that's an idea, you would have to be able to preserve the produce long enough to have a vending machine with cucumbers in it. What else? Oranges. I mean, they might have like fruit cups or V8 splash juices. Very few vending machines have I seen smoothies and healthier drink choices inside of the vending machine. Not to try to step on any toes. We love Pepsi and Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper and Fanta. I do. Um, oh yeah, you might see Gatorade, vitamin water. But even those two I just named, Gatorade and vitamin water, have a sugar in it. So like I said, I just hope they put more of a label on it. Like, hey, if it's 10 grams of sugar or 5 grams of sugar or less, then you can't get the product. Like, make it more specific. If you just say sugary, come on, man. Even vitamin water got a little sugar in it. And those Monster energy drinks and stuff do. But now that I'm talking about that, people shouldn't have been buying those with EBT anyway. But then you tell them to go to work. So you got to kind of understand why they have the 5-hour energy drinks and the Monster drinks. The working class, I bet if they really broke it down and did some kind of survey, it's the working class who mostly buy those energy drinks. Why would a person who's lazy buy energy drinks? I don't know. I just been thinking about some stuff lately, but you're kind of forced to think about it when it seems like I say, everybody should be thinking about these things, even if you don't get EBT. There might be somebody that never got them before, maybe next week, tomorrow. You know what I mean? Next month. At least they know that, hey, you apply for it in the next 90 days, things have drastically changed from what they have been from years previous. It's good to know because people think they end up in somebody else's shoes for some reason. Like, I would still want to know about things regardless of what money class I'm on. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, this is how EBT is now, or this is what Medicaid is now. But what y'all think? I bet you if they go look that up, it's mostly the working class or people like athletes. Of course, they probably don't, professional athletes, they probably don't have Monster drinks and stuff every day, but ain't nothing wrong with drinking one right before the Super Bowl or the NBA playoffs or the MLB. What is it called? The baseball one. World Cups. You might have an energy drink before you go into a big tournament or competition, or you finna face something. You might have an energy drink. Some people have a shot, but we know alcohol and stuff has never been considered a food or a drink, so that's off topic for a second. But it is a drink, and some of those wines and stuff those are full of sugar too. I said there's no way that sugar can make billions of dollars a year and people ain't, like, everybody not buying sugar. That's what it's telling you. If sugar make billions of dollars, a lot of people intake it. That's crazy. That means it's in your cereal, pretty much anything you could consume. It was up to you in the first place to check the labels, because some people do watch that their calorie intake, their fat intake, their sodium intake, and most of all their sugar intake. Okay, some people been on it. They check the labels of these foods and items and drinks before they even spend their money on it. That's what I say. You can't say that's wrong. America is encouraging people to do that because sometimes, like when you're forced to, that's what you're gonna do. But you should have been considering not just the food prices, but what's in the food. People been talking about that. So, anyways, I think it just should be more laws passed or maybe things put in place that protect people's rights to also. I know people have been producing their own food, but I'm saying, like, even when you're not on a farm or have your own land, what's wrong with you having a small garden on your patio or you growing carrots at home? Like, of course that has to be more, why we're not seeing as much as that. Oh yeah, now y'all can get a discount on soil. Now you can get, I mean, why are you just changing one thing? Encourage it all the way around. Just because you're on EBT does not mean you can't start a small garden somewhere. I think you that's another thing. You always been able to purchase seeds. I don't know if people knew that. You can actually spend your EBT. In most states, it was like that. You could buy actual gardening seeds if it's like seeds that grow food. And a packet of seeds, they could be like 40 cents, 50 cents, or two for $1, depending on where you go. You might can get a pack of 20 seeds to grow you some raspberries. They even have the plants, the like fruit plants that, they're like beginner plants. I don't know what they call them, but you're able to, like, it's already growing. You just take it home and pretty much finish it growing, I guess. It might start off as a plum tree or an apple tree or something like that, right? But you always could purchase seeds. We don't want to just talk about how they're banning sugary things. This opens the door for people to not only be forced to get a little more creative, but maybe even because, even if you're not getting EBT and food prices are steadily rising, you still got to be watchful about what you're purchasing, what you're intaking anyway. We know fast food made a lot of money because it's fast food. That's the point. That person did not feel like cooking, or they did. That don't always mean you didn't have food at home. But now people have to consider it more. You got food at home. What are you doing at Sonic or Red Robin, or what are you doing there? Even if you don't get EBT, like, what are you doing there these days? And we're not saying that we're trying to ban and pull away from all fast food restaurants, uh, sugar and snack companies, but it is more, if we choose to look at it, more of an opportunity for people to consider their health and diets and what we've been intaking anyway, if you ask me. But we just don't want to forget those things we never did control, though. As we look at it, like, we never controlled that sugar companies make billions of dollars a year. That's crazy. Like, if I just entertain a conversation with somebody right now, and they told me what would I do if I had my first $1 million, probably invest in a sugar company. If not invest in starting my own, go ahead and make sure I'm doing business with some sugar companies. But that's just one of many that I would. That's how I would look at it. I better invest in a company that I see very much so longevity in it. Not saying I see that with sugar. That's actually something I'm looking at. Like, are people finna walk away from sugar more to save money? Because you know what that would mean for the sugar companies. Ain't nothing wrong with a little sugar in your life. You know what I mean? But I'm not even thinking about just like the brands anymore. Like, the soda companies, the chip companies, the candy companies. People have always loved candy. That's why every vending machine, I'm sure, every vending machine owner makes a lot of money every week. Is it the convenience people pay for? Or are we really addicted to sugar like this these days, right? It's never too late to think about it. They could say, well, the sugar money business is none of y'all business. If our money can be anybody business, we can think about how much sugar companies make a year. And yeah, it's in the billions. It's already in the billions, just probably in America alone. In America alone, like how much are other countries paying for sugar or making? Yeah, paying for sugar is one thing, but like how much are the sugar companies making? It seems like what was I referring to? It seems like tariffs and tax doesn't too much matter for that. When something is in demand and is expected to have a increased demand, it doesn't matter if it's taxes or tariffs. Like, it seems like if it's in demand, people are still going to buy sugar. That's crazy. So you might as well go ahead and consider, where am I intaking sugar so much in my life where it's probably consuming me in places that didn't even matter anyway, even if you don't get EBT. Like I said, those changes about them not being able to get sugary products could seem like it don't affect everybody. We finna see though. Cause I was curious anyway, like who really buying all the sugar? Is it just the EBT recipients, or come on now, that's more of a collective. Everybody is buying sugary products. That's why they're making billions of dollars. But it will be interesting to see something like if EBT recipients can no longer purchase Coca-Cola, Pop Tarts, because they have more than 5 grams of sugar now. I don't know, with cereal companies, a lot of companies, we finna see how much are the sugar companies going to be making. I'm sure sugar, like, this is my point. Coca-Cola buys sugar, uh, Sprite buys sugar, they gonna need some sugar. Pepsi gonna need some sugar. That's just the sodas. Now let's move to the juices. Now let's move to the iced coffees that they sell in the freezer section. Now let's move to the what else they be having out there? Come on now. All these different drinks that have sugars in them. Even orange juice. People like, oh, did she say that? I don't care if it says no pulp on it or pulp on it. That's the one. The orange juice that says pulp. That it does have pulp. You thought that meant it don't have no sugar? Sometimes the labels say, I wonder, do we need to start looking at that more? The labels say, no sugar's added, and you will still turn it around and you say 1% sugar. I don't know. I'm like, well, that is sugar added. Good morning, world. Because, people drink orange juice in the morning. That was a good example to use for a second. Um, But I did wonder about that. They be making us feel special because it says, well, it has pulp, so it's a more natural juice. That's the thing. Some of these foods have natural sugars. You don't want to play with the natural parts of life. Like, so you mean no artificial sugars? You can't purchase those anymore if it got too much artificial sugars in it. See, it just make you think about the whole thing. Well, why is it even artificial sugars and stuff? If you take the sugars out of the sugary products, then can the EBT recipients buy them? Like, what do you mean? If people love snacks, they love snacks. That's still one of their freedoms of what they eat every day. And yes, it's still a main cause reason how people end up with chronic heart and lung and intestinal diseases too, right? Everybody talk about those diseases that just be spreading if you spread it. But some of these diseases are induced. You ate too much sugar. You ate too much fat. You ate too much salt. What do people not get about it? That's still one of the big killers out there too. Like food. Maybe they trying to tell us in a nice way too. But what other nicer way do you tell people other than statistics? And it'll even break down the different nationalities. Like, yeah, this many people in this race of people die each year from cholesterol problems, or I don't know. People don't talk about that enough. Like, it's just about the viral diseases that can be spread through contact and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, what about those diseases that ain't went nowhere, where you ate too much salt and grease? Oh yeah, don't forget sugar. Cause see, sugar is a diabetes trigger. Sugar is like just affect a lot of different things. If just like with anything, they just be like, yeah, this person overindulges in this and that. But we do know overindulge means just more than you need of anything. Of anything. That means soda, lipstick. You can overindulge in anything if you ask me. Some people wear too much makeup every day. They wear too much cologne. To them, it's just enough. That's how much they like to wear. But the next person can easily feel like, she wear too much perfume. That's too much. You can't smell. If you can smell a stink on people, you can also feel like a person overindulged in fresher sprays. That's why you can never just get it perfect for the world. But with sugar, that's not even a hit and miss. Sugar, salts. That's funny, but no matter how many people been dying from eating too much of this stuff, they're still a spice company. Yeah, they sell seasoning salt. Just imagine how much they make a year. That ain't even sugar. Yeah, you know what I mean? So what are we doing? Are we changing the ingredients in the salt? No, salt is just what it is. You just switch the flavor a little bit, but it's up to that person if they eat too much of it. What you mean? Like, you just never heard of this, like somebody suing a salt company because their health deteriorated over this salt. Like, it's your fault if you bought the salt, right? Like, it's like you bought it. Now it's still your responsibility, because with alcohol they'll say drink responsibly. That needs to be on some of these foods anyway. Eat this responsibly. This has a lot of sugar, but you're not going to see that on the food. You feel me? I'm like, why do we only see this on certain products? It has a whole caution label. With some of these foods, it need a caution label. But see, I've worked in the food industry. I'm not in the food industry like that where I'm selling food at this time. Okay? Some people sell plates, all kind of food, but still, everywhere should be required to have a nutrition. I don't care if it has to do with food. They need nutrition right up there on the menu board, somewhere where they can access it on the app or in your store or restaurant. We got a lot to look at if we're talking about food all of a sudden. Food and diets? Like, let's talk then. Now, we know a lot of places have gotten better with that. I say even on vending machines. I guess you got to wait till you purchase the product and then look and see the nutritional facts on it. You might as well put on a vending machine. Handle with caution. Watch how many Ritz bits you eat. This has a lot of salt in it. Watch how many gummy worms you eat out of this packet. But like I said, guys, this is just my opinion, commentary, my strong, I guess you could say that, intuitive thoughts about these things, because they really are valid points. Like, you'll put that on a pack of cigarettes or a beer bottle that drink responsibly, or what this thing can do to you, right there on the package. It just make you feel crazy a little bit. Like, man, I'm just trying to have a good time. Drink one shot, but you can't. I mean, it's going to say it right there on the section where they sell the liquor. Drink responsibly now. If you overdo this is what could happen. Okay? I was just saying, we should see on some of these ice cream boxes, that should have been on it. Even birthday cake. You know how many calories is in one piece of cake, out of the birthday cake, out of the wedding cake? Just a cake. You trying to have a celebration. People say, oh, it's okay to eat a cake at a birthday party. Or for some people, no, they got to watch everything they eat. They already been cautious of that. You know what I mean? When it comes to their diet, even if they go to a small gathering or something, they offer you a piece of cake. You're like, no, I'm trying to hold off on the calories right now. Trust me, they'll understand. But it needs to just be required to me, like nutritional facts on all the food from now on. Even if it's a restaurant, like you expect people to know how much salt you just put in. All they know is they like the recipe. They didn't ask you at KFC, how much seasoning did you just use in this dark spicy that I just ordered? This 12-piece dark spicy that I just ordered. All I noticed is a little spicy. It's a little juicy. It's a little crispy. That's fine. But how much salt did you use in this? And what kind of salt? Let me see the label. See, we actually been letting people make it. They just been now, oh, okay. Well, we're looking at how much sugar everybody eat. We should have been looking at that. You go to the FDA website, just look at the packages of your food. Some of this cannot be ignored anymore. Everything got sugar in it. I'm just having kind of slight, vast awakening to some things. Even vitamins, I noticed that, guys. Y'all know how they got chewable vitamins, gummy vitamins. Now it gets deeper. There's even a little sugar. Just look at your vitamin bottles. The ones y'all like to get that have flavor. Or, yep, even cough syrup. I thought about it. Cough syrup, stuff we wouldn't believe. It has sugar in it, too. You got a little bit of sugar. I'm like, what the hell? What do you need sugar in a gummy vitamin for? It's saying it got vitamin K, vitamin everything else in here, but then I get to the end of the label. Oh, yeah, got 3 grams of sugar in this vitamin bottle. But yes, guys, I thought that was interesting. Y'all can leave in the comments later. What did you find out when you went and research how much sugar companies make? But it was interesting to me. Hey, we're living in a time. A lot of countries didn't even get EBT to begin with. Like, they don't get food stamps. They don't have a place where they can go and apply for that. That is not something I'm going to do an ongoing battle discussion with people about every day. Like, my opinions about it politically, you got to look at it for what it is. Like, everybody didn't even have, they don't have child support like a lot of stuff we have here in America. All right. So if they didn't have EBT, they pretty much work the land for a lot of their food, or they go to the markets and the people at the markets work the land for the food. That's how they get their food. And they have people that can cook and stuff too, maybe like street vendors and food. I just feel like everybody could benefit from that. Having nutritional breakdowns of your recipes if you're going to be promoting, marketing, advertising, selling food. Now, it ain't went that far yet. Have y'all noticed it? I can see it coming maybe a little bit, because at this time we already want to, let's see and monitor people's sugar intake. Like, we understand doing that for children, literally, bro. That's different if you say no children snack products with the EBT cards no more. That's a whole different thing to say. Everybody be like, wow. They might even look at it different, like, wow, yeah, now that makes sense. Because to begin with, that's pretty much, I just wanted people to remember, there are whole people who don't have kids who receive EBT for whatever reason. It's based on like an income scale or something like that, household size, all of that. Like, even if it's just you, once again, or you're an elderly couple, or you're a disabled couple, or you are a single person, you may or may not have a kid. I know damn sure well there are people that don't have kids that get food stamps right now, even if it's just $90 a month. It's just, it helps them with whatever budget they have going on. It ain't our business, you know. But I know that that's true. And there's people with bigger families. It's just that it was already expected of that. Like, oh, we're a family of 10, so, they must get food stamps. Bless their heart. That's how people think. No, we remember the goal is not to have them in the first place. We remember that. Some people do. That's why I was saying on part 1, we talked a little bit about what struggle means and how struggle is a teacher. and how some people, it's just going to show that, like, it shows you more about yourself. Like, if you get comfortable in it, if you more, it just shows a lot, because it should be a teacher, like teaching you more about yourself than other people can. They can tell you all they want to about yourself. They can talk for days if they want to, and they still won't be teaching you a better lesson than your own very experience. Like what the struggle did to you mentally, to you emotionally, to you spiritually, to you physically. Okay, that's the inevitable parts you can't miss. That's what struggle does. It's going to have an effect somehow. Okay, but we talked about on part one how, yeah, they've been saying it. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Period. Now, you can put some people in that category, like, yeah, everybody in their family got food stamps. Like, that's okay. Then you look at it. Did somebody get off of them? We was talking about that on part one. Like, are we doing success stories too? Like, yeah, this family of Tampa Bay, Florida, they had food stamps, but look, this is what their life turned into after 1 year of food stamps. It's not like saying the food stamps themselves changed the people, but how did they use their stepping stool type of deal? Or how did it help that family to overcome a barrier or get around? Like, why are we not seeing it? You can put that on the websites too. Like, well, make sure you have success stories. Okay, now that we ban sugary products from, this is what we found. We shouldn't just see that on the news. It should advertise that on. I'm just giving my opinions. You can only see that in the headlines, the updates with Snap. No, you should be able to go to the websites and see that. But a part of the updates, in my opinion, should be how it has positively or negatively affected families. You just gonna blame the families? Oh, they were on food stamps, something didn't work out, or they end up on it for 5 years. Like, do we really want to look at the statistics here? That's crazy. So you're gonna say everybody in the pool of food stamps just, yeah, now let's see how they feel. Okay. I would just say is when the conspiracy theorists be like distractions are real, there's really no conspiracy about that. The word distraction wouldn't exist if they weren't real. You know what I mean? And obviously you can use anything. You can use anything. Come on now, you can make noise. It's all kind of way you can just like distract something or somebody from a certain thought or memory. And in some ways, I see how they could be used positively, actually, because maybe you do go down a path of thought you shouldn't sometimes. I would say in that example, then yes, a distraction is a good thing. You snap that person out of it every time they uh, go there, right? Do you have a method of, you know what I'm saying, distracting somebody in a positive way? That was another topic I might do separately. Like, do people know that? They seem so experienced in distractions, as far as able to recognize a distraction, and when it comes down to distracting others, people know a lot about it. That part we can't change about the world, but who said a distraction has to be negative? Is my point. uh, if you can see the effect that a distraction really can have, how what are those ways in the world that we're using them for positive reasons? Like, oh, I'm gonna distract this person from their addiction as much as I can every day. Like, who puts that much work in to help somebody like that? That, or let me try to give a better example, because I probably do that with my toddler a lot. Like, I notice she could whine or be upset about something, but if I quickly distract her, it might be a method I use with, even if I had a classroom full of toddlers. Like, really, they just be sad about something at their age, like 2 or 3. They just dropped their cup and all the ice cream fell out of it. Of course you're gonna cry. But if I distract you, like, hey, look, it's Mickey Mouse over there. Literally. Uh, maybe I was on a phone. I'm on a phone call, but you're crying because you dropped your ice cream on the floor. So now, that works for me. Now let me do like a distraction, like, oh, here, honey, it's okay. Here's another ice cream cone. Now you done forgot about the one you just dropped on the floor. That's a whole good distraction, if that makes sense. Like, that's a whole reason that a distraction would be needed. I just feel like it's positive ways to use distractions too. Y'all probably have never heard somebody put it like that, but I mean, why not? Who said a distraction has to only be used for personal gains and reasons in the world? You know what I mean? But it does make you think about it when, because people are talking about that right now. It just seems to be a lot of everybody just fighting to distract somebody from something. Imagine it. Just imagine it. We all suddenly trying to detour everybody from something. I don't want to become that. It's like what people's the reason I believe that is because you got real people that's not here no more, that their life is still a mystery, bro. Like they whole life people still wondering things about Michael Jackson right now. Not saying it in a way of disrespect. Example, like there's just some things it's still like, is it true? Was it not true? Like you only live once. At least they could tell the story right. Every raw and important detail about it. Cause like some people, they still be alive when people do biographies on their life, and I always paid attention to that. Like if a celebrity or come out or somebody famous come out and be like, "No, I don't like the way they did that movie." I always listen to those that say that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I pay attention. Like, no, listen to them. Listen to them when they do those interviews. They be like, "Yeah, I feel like they exaggerated that part about when I had my son," or they didn't get this part of the movie right. When they do those docu-series movies about somebody's life, haven't y'all noticed that there are those that pop up from time to time? They be like, "I don't think they did it right." I don't think, and people, it's like people never pay attention to them really though. They be like, they'll listen, but it's like, do they be feeling them? Like that's kind of disrespectful when you do a book or a movie or a docu series and you didn't even do it right. I say do your thing, put it out there, but I'll be one of those that's honest too if I feel like it ain't right. Or they'll just be like, well, what parts of it? What was one recently they did? For example, what is it? All Eyes on Me, the Tupac movie. Or I'm just trying to find an example of a docu movie that they did recently that's like what I'm describing. A person might have stood up, somebody who life was kind of in that movie too. Just because you was talking about Tupac, they might have felt like, no, that ain't what really happened. Or sometimes they say it out loud, sometimes they don't. But I do notice it. And I ask myself, like, dang, what would I do if they just, because if you already passed on, you're not even seeing what they saying. You're not even here to, like, defend yourself. So I do respect those that speak up, like, no, that's not how that happened. But, I give the movie respect. Or, hey, do you think they found a good actor as far as the look-alike? They ask them everything, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes they say, yeah, like, yeah, I felt like Angela Bassett looked just like Tina Turner, you know what I mean? Or two, like, because sometimes those movies or documentary, whatever it is, come on now, there's producers and people that make money off of it. Let them people have an opinion if they feel like you did the movie right or not. You see? Let them speak. I remember they did a movie about Fantasia's life. The R&B singer Fantasia. She has such a beautiful voice. I'm a fan, and it was a few parts of her movie too. I think they still show hers. It might be on Netflix, but I know for sure they used to show it on Lifetime sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? They might feel like, well, they didn't show my struggle the way it really happened. You know what I'm saying? That's how a movie is sometimes though. They just try to put it in a script. But some people do take that more personal. Like, if you're going to even put it in a script, don't be having the character say things that didn't really happen. Now you got to put based on a true story. You can't just put true story up there. That word base coming there because you add an extra. You going to try to make the story more than what it was, man. Some people's stories was already so, what is that, thunderous. You don't need to add none of that. You know what I'm saying? Let the characters be who they was. Oh yeah, you got to give people permission. Like, hey, is it okay if we tell this part of your story or that? Uh, can I bring you up? Have y'all seen the movie The Best Man? That movie's crazy. You know what I mean? It just ended up being kind of like a brawl at the end of the movie because somebody got offended or something they read in his homeboy's book. He at least he came and he asked him about it. Like, this part, chapter 2 right here, what was you talking about, bro? Like, who was the I mean, that's what people do sometimes with the work. Like, you could put a whole song out there. I wouldn't care if it's a country song. Somebody might wonder, was that song dedicated to somebody, or did you just write that? That's what happens with the work, man. I'm telling you. At least it is better to ask. That way, even if the person pass on, you know what I'm saying? When people talk about that person's life, and one person pop up like, yeah, I was his bodyguard, bro. Really, he told me this and this and that, or something like that. People do care if they was fans and stuff, because some of these biography stories be all over the place. But speaking of, I might watch a documentary here soon about sugar, just because I'm already talking about it and just dwelling on these matters pertaining to sugar. I wouldn't say they're negative matters, but that's just something I didn't know just yesterday. I didn't know sugar companies make 103, $106 billion a year. I told you, if I had a million right now, I probably would network with some of the sugar companies, because that is the point, to keep investing, to keep trying to grow the money. I guess I don't know what rich people do, but I said, well, sugar definitely would be one of the areas. It wouldn't be a bad move. Probably sugar. It's just like, I ain't don't even put all my ideas out there, but it's just definitely certain companies I probably would network with, invest in, at least invest in some stocks. Like, sugar ain't went out of business yet. Certain printing companies, I got ideas of like what direction I would go in personally. But and then what's beautiful about it with those type of business moves, everybody wouldn't know about it. Like, what you invested in something is not everybody's business. They might be like, what, in the age of technology, you went and invested in sugar? Yeah, that ain't even investing in a brand like Hershey or like anything that has sugar in it. That's just investing in sugar, one of the sugar companies. Why not? It's like sugar. What's that other one? I guess they call it oil or gasoline, which I'm sure all those industries are pretty much jam packed when it comes to. Like, I wouldn't want to invest in nothing that people are already fighting too much over. Me personally, just because everything is in demand doesn't mean that we should have it, ladies and gentlemen. Like, oh, you know how on the cable companies it'll say on demand. It means like a really demanded movie at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it might run you a couple dollars, a couple bucks just to watch it. People thought you have cable, you watch it, you got access to everything. It depends on what package you have. If not, you're going to be paying for those on-demand movies. But it's a good example, right? And there's just like certain parts of the food industry that are still in demand, right? Spices, herbs, sugars. What's probably been more even in demand is even certain vegetables, certain plants, certain herbs. I just haven't taken the time to. I know it's a reason and a purpose in everything I do too. Like, I believe in it more and more every day. Like, nobody just wants to learn more about herbs for no reason, and they have a right to go learn about them too. I don't care what nobody say. Like, if you want me to control the sugar intake in my life, I might as well research food like I've never done before. That's just my person. We all got a right to an opinion. But like I said, that's different if you say, yeah, snacks are banned for uh, children's snacks off of EBT. We know that a household is never just the children. There's usually an adult or guardian in there too. What do you mean? The one that really, if she or he deserves a snack, they can have a snack. Like, what? They're just getting through a hard time. If you ask me, like, I know homeless people right now probably had a snack yesterday. They gonna have one today. Who's to say, because they're having a deeper struggle in life? They can't have a honey bun. That's a whole grown person. They can't have a piece of pecan pie or sock it to me cake, 7-Up cake, but it's okay on Thanksgiving. And I'm sure this Thanksgiving with these bans that's happening with the sugar, people are gonna have to get more creative. Bake homemade. You can still make a sweet potato pie. I guess if you still have EBT, you can't get sugary snacks and food. You can still make. That's why a lot of the Thanksgiving baskets do come with pie filling and pie crust. That's what they're telling you in the first place. Like you can make your dessert at home. Come on, I'm gonna give people some ideas. You got the boxes of jellos and puddings. You can make like 30 different recipes out of those alone. Just jello, fruit jello bowls. People know about it. They bring them to potlucks and stuff. But if I'm just saying, if snacks and sugars is that serious to people, you can still make stuff at home. That's where some of these snack companies started anyway. They started a coffee bean business because they started grounding coffee at home. They started growing coffee beans. I'm sure you start that. That I'm just saying, no huge sugar or snack company even started. Just oh yeah, we started off as a big corporation. McDonald's, like I said in part one, it was just a small idea. I'm sure one day, if you notice, because people would be like, I don't want to believe it. Minds, the devil is doing it. He been doing it a long time. He know a lot of the greatest things in the world started with like a whole idea, bro. That is like whole mental strength, like intellectual strength, just applying knowledge. Even with the electricity, right? Invention. I wouldn't say the invention, but whatever they want to call it. It started as a formula. You wrote 2 plus x squared times pi, and the next thing you know, you had a light bulb. That's why I don't take that lightly, like, oh no, there's no such thing as shooting down somebody's dream or their ideas. If anything, I like to come around, even if it's on the internet, and inspire people ideas. However, I choose to do that. Why? Because some of the greatest hacks, what else can we call them? Longevity businesses. Let me use businesses for example. But hacks too, like people finding out, yeah, you use a little baking soda mixed with milk, you can get this stain out. How do you think somebody learned that? That means somebody that started as an idea. Oh, you can use toothpaste to get uh, nail polish. What did they say? Toothpaste does a lot though. Like some people are saying, you can put a dab of toothpaste on a pimple. It helps to like it do something with the skin. They didn't say go wear it out and have toothpaste all over your face all day. That's not what I mean. But like if you have acne or something, or you're dealing with a stubborn pimple, which we all probably get them from time to time. I guess it depends on what kind of, especially if you got like more oily skin than others. Like some of us really go through that. You already was going through that naturally. Don't let no other factors be involved, like what kind of soap you use and just other natural factors. If you already got oily skin, that ain't nothing you can control. But yeah, they like. I'm just trying to make a point here. Every great invention or great business standing longevity plan started with an idea. So no, we are going to take more initiative and speak more up about intellectual rights and properties. And I don't care what all the devil trying to do. Like what else do you do? That's still the truth. You start every idea, or I don't care how small or big it seems, it started as an idea. That's where it get deeper, where they trying to make it like it don't matter, it do, bro. It be people out here having whole wars over an idea, bro. Gasoline, stuff more like natural products. That's crazy. If we ever get to the point, I don't care where you are, where you seeing people fight over natural goods and products, That's different to me, uh, because nobody was ever just naturally in control of natural products. That's just people fighting over oil and mining or fighting over this and that. That's crazy. This is natural stuff that's on the planet for everybody, really. But that's not a new discussion. You know what I mean? I had a kid ask me before, why do we pay for water? And I said, you know what, kid, you're going places. Don't matter what kid it was right now. But just know, me personally, I told that kid, you're on the right track. uh, you're not the first person. And I told that kid in that moment, keep asking questions. You do have some people, it do show you some where they just like, oh, don't worry about it. You're not supposed to think about that. That's never an answer to anybody's question. What do you mean? You can say you don't know the answer or try to guide them to the right place of the answer. Or y'all go on the search of the answer together. But other than that, you can't get mad at nobody for asking a question, or they mind just make them wonder a little deeper about certain things. So they ask the question. It's one thing you just didn't know the answer. Like, why would you try to shun somebody's question off? So I told that kid in that moment, like, even if it seemed like a bigger question than what I could explain to a child at that time, because it might be different reasons a child trusts you to ask you certain things, whether it's about life, whether it's about anything around them. They are learning the world. It wouldn't mean that I told them the best answer, but that's a part of their life experience. Well, I remember when I first was wondering this, Miss Whitney told me this, or mom told me this, or my auntie Sherry told me this. Okay, but then they live life on their own and they got different answers, different places. That still wouldn't mean the first answer I gave them was wrong. It just mean like now you come up to your own conclusion about that question. But anyways, yeah, some people wonder that, like, why do we pay for water but not air? Why do we pay for water but not like heating? It depends on how you look at it, I guess. But some people do pay for heating. They pay for natural gas, heat, and all kind of ways. It's just crazy. Like, it's a lot of paying for natural resources been going on. Sugar is another one of them. See, if you just look at it, it all begins to make a little more sense. It's still your choice how much you indulge in it. But you can't just sit there and put one box in the group and say, yep, they're overindulging in sugar. Well, why is sugar making billions of dollars? That show you that more than just one group of people are indulging in it. Sugar is in just about everything. That's the last time I'm gonna say it on this topic today about this subject. Whether you're looking at the EBT community or not, it's still like one of the number one. It is, y'all. I'm telling you, certain things actually induce disease. It's not disease like, oh, it was viral, or it's who you sat by or slept with, or who coughed on you or sneezed on you last night, and that's how you caught it. Some disease is induced. You ate too much sugar. Now you have a very bad blood sugar problems, or diabetes problems. You added all that extra salt. You didn't take the time to ask the restaurant. You just know you was going to TGI Fridays every week. You wasn't asking them how much sugar is in his tea, how much salt and stuff. You can tell them to hold the salt too. I mean, some people, they just take the recipe as it comes. But I'm just saying, we all have to answer like what you indulged in. That show for itself. Why be so quick to, oh, everybody, look what that person indulging in? Don't you think it's gonna show anyway what a person indulged in after so long? Trust me, it's gonna show. That's one thing about life. Like, life never needed help with certain things. It's just crazy. It's like, but then they want to control the natural things. Like, anything you are overindulging in, it's gonna show. If you work out a lot, your body's gonna be built different. It's time into that. If you write a lot, you probably got poems and books and journals everywhere. You write a lot. It shows what you put time into, what surrounds a person, I guess, and what's on the inside. Because I would say not just what's on the inside matter when you're talking about what we indulge in. That's going to be anything, your choices, your friends. What do you mean? Not just your diet, not just what you put on the inside of your body. That's just something I've been wanting to speak on personally. Like, wouldn't indulge mean the exterior too? So indulge, I know indulge does start with the word in, but indulge could also be applied in the conversation when you're indulging in something too much in an external way too. Maybe you're not exactly putting it inside of your body, but you're indulging in it still. Like, you're around it. That could be influence. That could be a friend. That could be a TV show. What is it? Indulging is not just what you put on the inside of your body physically, but it's a good time to talk about it. Everybody's talking about the food prices, the tariffs that are being imposed. Are people ready though to see something like one box of cereal costing $17? It's coming. It's coming. Because what did we think cause and chain reactions do? With some of this stuff that's been changing, yeah, it's going to cost more for shipping and just things we wouldn't even think about. Maybe even sugar companies would lose money. It was a whole reason I was kind of speaking on it. Like, we're not looking at exact brands. Like, oh, Coca-Cola and root beer finna make less money next year. No, let's look at sugar altogether. Those companies need the sugar to even produce their products. You know what I mean? Pretty much. Uh, Chocolate though is even crazy. Like cocoa, what is it called? Coca, or that's a whole like. It starts as a plant. Some of these sugars are natural, like I was saying earlier in the stream. Some things that the earth produces naturally, yes, it already has enough sugar in it. As much as nature thought we needed. And I'm gonna say it like that because the body do need sugar. It need a little salt too. That's what's crazy about it. You're just not supposed to overindulge in it. That's how you're giving your own self blood pressure issues. What else, y'all? All this stuff. All these different other diseases. Like, you can't end up with blood pressure hugging somebody who has blood pressure issues. That's not how that is induced. Hopefully y'all catch my drift. Just, we might as well be prepared because I wouldn't wait till a box of cereal says $17 to now more consider why I can survive without a box of cereal. Can I? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure I can make it the next 10 years of my life with no cereal, hot or cold, in my diet. Just because cereal might have 12 grams of sugar on the back of it. That's one reason right there. Number two, how much is the cereal? How long does it even last me? Like, if it's gonna be gone in 2 days, anything like that, I wouldn't even consider it groceries. Like, with what our country alone is turning into, people be like, I went grocery shopping or I went to pick up a few items. And them few items, if it don't last you like longer than a week, is it even worth buying it? Like, with the prices of food today, you might get a 12 pack of V8 Splash, but if you know you drink that up in 3 days, why not make your own smoothies at home? I mean, I don't know. It's a lot to think about with it. Um, why would we wait? I don't know. I'm trying to kind of like forewarn people too. Like, it's like, who are you? I'm telling y'all. Sometimes just a person, you can sense it. You can see it coming. A can of corn that used to cost a dollar one day, that's what's scary about it. You don't know when you're going to walk in the store and see that. And you don't control what the store have to increase their prices to because something changes in the economy. That's the interesting part. If you go to the store owner and say, I feel like your milk is too hot today, see what they tell you. That's just your opinion, and you have a right to have it. You could take a picture of the label if you want to, but and you have the right to maybe even fight it. It's up to you. You're going to buy the milk or not. But are people ready for that? Because that reality might be coming any day now. We saw it with gas prices before. People didn't believe that, like suddenly anytime prices can go up. It depends on the demand and the fees and everything. The companies and stuff that's offering you this product are paying too out of their pocket. That always has had a lot to do with how much you're going to be paying as the taxpayer. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want to look at it. If we seen this far, so many different things can affect the economy at any given time. Why would you wait till you see that a can of corn rise from $1 to $5 per can to start considering what you have as what you consider a diet on a day-to-day basis? Right now, a diet is more arranged, if you ask me. What you're eating to survive, I guess it could be planned. It could be planned better, because food is not just all you need to survive. Food and water. I think how that pyramid chain of survival goes is something about shelter. It's like other things in that pyramid. I remember seeing shelter. That's why even in prison they have shelter. People out here playing games like, I don't feel like this person deserves housing or this or that. Like, are you crazy? They even have housing in prison. Like, they don't even sleep outside. It might seem like more, like I said, it's not a place anybody would want to just like choose as a living quarters, I guess, but that's a whole fact. Hospitals, I've never heard of people in the hospital sleeping outside. It's just certain automatic parts of survival. Shelter has always been one of those things that they bring into the topic. You feel me? Because the goal of a person being in any type of hospital, no matter what kind of care it is survival, right? And shelter is a part of survival. That's why it's a roof on every hospital, on every jail cell. But now, when it comes to people actually living their lives, we want to look at, well, I don't think that person deserves shelter. Like, what kind of stuff is that? And that's just a home, or what they call a home for a temporary second. I don't know. Because what did we think jail was? A hospital. People don't live there. That's not their home. It might be for a temporary stay, but most places have a roof over it. That's all I'm saying. But a roof is considered in it. Food, water, I think they say clothing is another one. Just when it comes to basic essential needs. When you look at that list for an average human being, what would be on that list? Not snack cakes, not sodas. You do not need a Pepsi every day to survive. You don't need that. The most healthier choice of survival would be a 5-course meal, but even if it was a 1-course, you're going to live longer than a person who has nothing at all. Trust me. It's just time people start thinking like that already. They want to eat a lobster dinner like, oh, I'm eating a better meal than you. I would just say if we both eating, we both living another day. I'm already at that. Like, I don't have time to think about, is my meal as good as hers? Did I add the same seasoning Jill would have added? Or do I look at my life as, well, me and Jill both ate today, even if my meal was a can of beans. Me and Jill both have the same equal opportunity now that we might make it through another day. And that's just another 24 hours. Every day you eat something, you're eating. That's why I never understood that. Like, I was just laughing at something earlier. Like, is it just me, or when you're in a grocery store and people pass each other with their grocery baskets, do y'all look in their baskets? Like, not like a super inspection, but just like you kind of might glance over and what another person got in their basket. It's a prime example. Like, people naturally do that. I know they do in a grocery store. Like, they cannot pay attention to you at all. Like, you're a stranger. You just trying to handle your business, get what you need, and get out of there. That's another reason why I don't really go to grocery stores like that no more. Like, it's unpreferred. You can even use whole Instacart. Uber Eats to go to the grocery store for you. People thought Uber Eats was only for restaurants, but for those that didn't know, that's a whole fact. Uber Eats, Instacart, it's so many different driver delivery options that you don't have to actually go to the store and somebody's looking all in your basket just from you trying to shop. Like, oh, I see her with 2 kids. I see what's in her basket. I already know it'll be going through their head. Like, yeah, it don't even, you just trying to shop. Like, man, I see she got milk, and it's like you could tell. I was telling somebody, like, you can kind of tell a lot. I never thought about it. You could tell a lot about a person. They'd be like, you could tell a lot about a person with how they dress and this and that. No, you could tell a lot about a person looking at their grocery basket too. I just choose not to go to the store like that no more. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Like, that's your business though. They promise if they see you with 2 carts with multiple kids, you finna go use EBT at the register. Just stuff that they shouldn't even be thinking about while you going down aisle 3 trying to make it to aisle 5. Like, oh, that person seemed to got more snacks in their basket. I really have enjoyed the convenience of more private shopping, because you can have a personal shopper shop for you and bring it to your house. Period. You don't even have to worry about that type of social anxiety anymore. It's like a whole nother social experiment. Like, I know people used to look at my basket because I might glance over. It don't even be no disrespect. Like, it's a natural response. You might look at somebody else's basket. It don't help you to look at mine though. I'm one of those people. I might put 20 items back. I always end up doing it because you went to only pick up certain things in the first place. I even used to try to go with a grocery list, and it just seemed like you never end up sticking to it, or you might go around what you wrote down a little bit. Some people are better than that at others. But if you hand that list to a personal shopper who you said, get exactly everything I put on this list and that's it, and you surround a budget around it, usually they stick to the list and they get everything you need. You feel me? Um, I enjoy that better. It does help people who are more on the go or have their hands full. You ain't got to spend a whole 2 hours in the grocery store no more. Number one, in line. Just standing in line. Some people wait a long time in line just to, bring home what they specially handpicked. And it's not for people to judge them in the store like, oh, what all are they getting? Shout out to the men out there that's ever had to go, like, to the store for feminine products, and not because they were quote unquote gay or queer. You just might have to go get feminine products. It's another example. You might have to go get, like, I couldn't imagine being a man, but shout out to the ones of those. We do love them. I think I speak for all the women when I say that they have had the experience of maybe having to run to a quick shop, not it being delivered. You running up there getting the feminine product for that woman, whether it was sanitary, tampons, pads, body wash. Women use a lot of different stuff. I was telling somebody the other day, being a woman is expensive. You talking about the whatever that chain pyramid is called, or basic survival needs. But when you're talking about a woman, just her basic survival needs is it's not gonna be free. I'm telling you, because I'm still a firm believer in it. It has nothing to do with being sexist. It's just a reality I've accepted. It costs way more to be a woman. I've accepted that at this time in life than it does to be a man. Like on a natural needs basis, yes, every human just needs food, water, clothing, shelter, you know, the basics. But a woman, she actually need more than what they have on that list. It's so funny. Like, bro, let a woman not wash her hair for too long. She gonna have lice and or like it just costs more to be a woman. They think women just want to be pretty and have all this extra stuff around them all the time. No, like I guess you can overdo anything, but when it comes to the basic necessities of a woman, like a woman gonna need toilet paper every day. There's just no excuse, no matter no matter what she going through, bro. Even jails and hospitals know this. Like people jobs when they go to work every day, there's usually what they call an employee bathroom. Because whether your employees are a man or a woman, they're gonna need women are gonna need toilet paper every day that that business establishment is open. Uh, that's just a hygiene though. So just imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like a woman's hygiene list budget, I would say is more than a man's on any day. But there is some stuff men have to do that women don't, like maybe shave their beards and stuff. I don't know what all men have to. I don't know what all it costs to be a man, but I'm telling you for sure. I'm pretty much convinced it costs more to be a woman in today's modern day times than it do to be a man. And when I say cost, I don't even just mean like tangible products anymore. Like it just costs. You give a lot more to the world being a woman. Shout out to the ladies out there. Anyway, so a woman, she wouldn't be worried about the food prices. Either way, she's expected to do what a woman does. You feel me? Whatever products she have at any given time to put a meal together, and she a woman, she's gonna be expected to still be able to make a meal. That's why I said, well, where's my head at as a woman? If they're, it looks like that is the trend. Something like that would start. If you start banning snacks, I remember when we went to school, they even sold snacks at school. I mean, actually, right there in the cafeteria. Number two, you could have money on your account. Like you never could bring your mom's food stamp card to school and say, "Here, I want to buy ice cream today," and try to give that to the lunch lady. It's unheard of. But I'm just saying that's how much we do coexist with what they call sugary foods or snacks. Like, yeah, you had your regular lunch, but you might want to buy a snack, a bag of chips, a drink out the vending machine. That's why kids take money to school. Sometimes it's just like fundraisers and stuff. The school might be hosting too. I was reading the comments here, but yeah, y'all feel me. Y'all feel me. I don't care what people say. No matter what culture, if you're a human, even animals, their basic, one of their basic needs too is to eat. If a animal go too long without what it needs as far as a diet, yeah, they go hungry too. Like they can starve to death. It's really sad to see. with a human or any type of animal. That's crazy. I do like to learn more about species and what they eat just because of that too. Cause like, do people think about what the food chain really is? If one part of that gets messed up at any given time, you have a new situation. The food chain is one of those cycles you actually you don't want it to change too much. With the food chain, if one part of that food chain falls apart a little bit, it just knocks the whole cycle off. You know what I'm saying? Now you're eating things are eating things that aren't even supposed to be eating things. It's crazy. Shout out to our supporters and subscribers on this morning too. We appreciate you guys' support. Uh, Still, it doesn't matter what life of walk you come from. It does pay us more to pay more attention to the labels of the things that we are intaking. I wonder, do they make people mad that like the universe, God putting it more in our face more than ever about how people's own life decisions is what affect them. You can look at outside influences. That's the only time you can really blame it on influences. Like, it's your choice what you eat or drink every day. God was already good. That's why stuff come with like natural sugars already. But yeah, we haven't seen that yet where sugar companies come out and say, yeah, we want to like just tell everybody we sorry for all the lives that was lost due to sugar. You're not going to see the alcohol in it or any of that, but they want to be the first ones in lines, mm, telling people like, yeah, you need to take accountability for anything in their life. I ain't seen big companies like that come out and apologize to too many about lives that was lost from people investing in their products. Whole lives that are not here right now because their products, the sugar became so addicting, or the fat and the grease became so addicting to them. It's just unheard of. Oh, pharmaceuticals too. I forgot about that area. Like them, you do more see that. They'll put it out there like, hey, if this happened to you, you took this medicine and it caused this, call us. We'll help you file a claim and stuff like that. But as far as just food, if you don't say nothing about it, they're not gonna come out like, hey, we're the sugar company, but let us tell you this, such and such percent of people die or get induced with diabetes every year, uh, indulging in this. We do respect the companies that do. That's what I'm saying. Like, what family or household is upholding the most healthy? Like, how many households do we have doing it? And it's not to mock the households. It's just like, how can they do that if everybody finances is all over the place? Living the most healthy, we know that actually it can help your finances. Sticking more to that basic necessities level, it has nothing to do with low class to me anymore. It's actually the people that's overindulging we're seeing actually leave here sooner. You could look at a person like, man, they have way more than me, but do they really? Because they have constant direct access to something at a faster rate and with the money to get it all the time, do that mean they live in a healthier life than you? Because they're able to get stuff at a faster rate than you, that could just mean they're overindulging much more at a faster rate than you and other things too. Then a person would have to look at their own life choices like, uh, they look at their own life choices like, well, I did eat all this sugar, now I got diabetes, or I did eat all this salt, or stuff like that. Anyways, I just thought this was a interesting topic. I might even be back with a part 3. Like, I wouldn't care if I do a week marathon on this topic alone. Uh, our health choices in life is going to matter. Like, that's a big part of what takes people's lives every day too. Without a gun, without a weapon, without any outside influence, just what you choose to indulge in every day. But they want to pick certain ones that say they need to take accountability. Like, statistics show us that most of us can do that. You know what I mean? More watch what we're intaking both internally and externally. What we're indulging in. That's all I was saying. I might even do that. Just do like a week marathon, come back every day with a part 3 or part 4. This part 2 right here though. In my last stream, I talked about this for 2 hours, so I'm definitely not finna just be out here giving my open opinion about it and people don't see the changes in my own life. Like, that's what I'm telling people. I've already considered it. That's why I'm probably already okay with being more downsized in life. Or I was saying, ain't that, as long as Dollar Tree open, even if you get EBT or not, you can still go get snacks. Like, I don't care how bad you're doing in life. I done already seen it in life before. Like, you could take $10 and have snacks and have a meal shopping at Dollar Tree. Now that they have a food section. You just got people that think more highly. Like, no, you shouldn't cook a meal from Dollar Tree. Like, why not? That's number one. Why not? Number two, it is possible. Like, even a panhandler is promised to eat if they can wake up every morning and collect at least $5. As long as Dollar Tree exists, they still gonna eat that day. I'm telling you, you could be the most basic panhandler. You come up on $5, you might be a different type of struggler. Like, you're not just finna immediately take the $5 and go spend it at Dollar Tree. You might choose to take that $5 and do something different to where you flip it to 20. They just want to know how you doing it. It make more sense. You can stretch the $5. It depends on what kind of time you got, how hungry you are. Like, every hustler is different, if you ask me. Some hustlers at that point in life, like, now every $5 I get, my goal is to flip it to 50. I'm not just at the point where, okay, I panhandle $5. Let me go buy a meal today. Then that's like you just hustling for meal to meal. Do you want to hustle just for meal to meal? Or you want to hustle enough to eat whatever meal you want every night, right? That's what it come down to. Maybe people, instead of just asking, hey, why are you so hungry? They try to hurry up and put their own spin on it about that. Like, how you gonna tell a story about somebody else's hunger pains? That'll never be possible. Only that person gonna know, like, what they felt. But that was my best way of explaining it. Like, you got those that take every $5 just to eat. I mean, are they just feeding them, they self? Like, you got to consider all of that. Is they just feeding them, or them and a partner, or them and a kids and a partner, or them and a dog? I don't think that they're trying to turn Americans into hustlers. They just want us all to work. Like, yeah, if your way over here, that's what they turn into. Like, if it ain't going to work to eat, then we don't want to see you eating type. Like, what do you mean going to work? That's why we talked about that on part 1, like how creating opportunities for oneself is still work. And we're going to keep teaching it and just promoting it on You Will Make It TV. How is you not creating an opportunity for yourself not work? Period. If that opportunity not feeding you, that's up to you whether you want to keep, you know what I'm saying, pushing your faith or your mission. Some people, maybe they willing to go without 10 days eating just for their business, because they know once they push that, once they get that to where it need to go, yeah, they eat whatever they want to, whenever they want to, on any rate they want to. What you mean? Like I say, it's like what is the, if there is a such thing as a comparison in sacrifice, what is that really? I would say there's still a powerful sacrifice. Somebody like, oh, I'm gonna eat bologna sandwiches every day just so I can have money to invest in my business somehow. But anyways, I'm done with this topic for now, but I will be back. I think I am finna do that, like a week marathon. You will make it TV. How you gonna tell people that? How they even gonna believe they're gonna make it? And you know what I'm saying? They can't even figure out their diet budget or nutrition. How they gonna eat? Period. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, don't forget to hit that subscribe bell, like, and subscribe. We love you.